Welcome in, my name's Nook. Let's find those skulls. The first two skulls of Halo Infinite can be found within the first two missions of the game, while the last three skulls can be found within the last three missions of the game. I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to get these skulls. Once you complete the first spire in the Halo Infinite campaign, you'll be brought to a second one and be attacked by a pair of banshees. You can grapple to one of these, take the other one out, and fly this out to get one of the skulls. The skull, as you can see on my map, is located on this island just off of where the second spire is located. This skull is the Famine Skull and seems more of a challenge type of skull to turn on. The guns that are dropped by enemies will have half the ammo they normally would when this is activated. Once you've got the Banshee, you basically have free roam of the entire map.
It's a dogfight! Don't ruin my guide! No! I'm trying to help people here!
And you'll find the next skull down here behind a waterfall. Once you've landed safely, about halfway up this waterfall, you'll see a small little cave. But once you crawl inside this creepy, spooky cave, you can find the next skull right there. This is the Black Eye Skull. This makes it so that you have to melee enemies in order to recharge your shields. After the Black Eye Skull, you can just head north on the map, next to the beacon, and you'll find the Thunderstorm Skull here, high up on a spire. Again, it's advised to either have a Banshee or an upgraded grapple in order to get this skull. The Thunderstorm Skull will create an even harder challenge by upgrading the enemies in the game. The next skull is the Blind Skull, and you can find it in the southwest portion of the map. Once inside the giant crevice, you'll find the Blind Skull down on a platform of the Hex terrain. A handy tip for getting across this gap is that the rock face across from you is really dark, and it's hard to tell the distance between you and it. But it is absolutely easily grabbable. And once you get down here, you'll find the next skull. And a rocket launcher. The next skull on our list is the I Would Have Been Your Daddy Skull, or IWHBYD. It's found in the Zeta Halo region at the tower location. Once you get here, you'll go inside, find a little boss, get a cool weapon, and then afterwards you're going to work your way all the way up to the top of the tower. Once you're up top, you're actually going to find two things up here. You're going to find an Easter egg, as well as the skull, which is on top of a crate in the middle of the roof. The Fog Skull can be found on the first continent in the Halo Infinite campaign. Around the edge of the map here, you can find a walkway and an easy place to grapple up into where you can find the Fog Skull. The Fog Skull disables your motion tracker when activated. The Ketch Skull can be found on the small continent just north of the starting location of the Halo Infinite campaign. If you're clever enough, you'll be able to grapple over there, but if you want to wait and get the Banshee, you can find the skull at this location. The skull is actually protected by two hunters, so if you come up here with the grapple, make sure that you are prepared. Get out of here! No! They disabled my ship! Holy crap! Alright, well, if you're in a Banshee, watch out for that too. I don't know how to... Oh! Okay, so if you come in the Banshee, also make sure that you're prepared with lots of weapons. Yeah! Yeah, boy! So, when you are done defending yourself from the pair of hunters and their friend, who also, I don't know what kind of enemy that was. The skull's over here in a tree stump. Woo! The Mythic Skull can be found during the Command Spire mission. The second time you take a grav lift, you'll find yourself in a long hallway that curves upward and into a room where pillars are being etched in gold. Follow the pillars to the point where they are rotating and proceeding down another hallway. Here, you're going to use the pillars to actually get up into the space above where they rotate, and up here, you'll find a door. Inside the door, the Mythic Skull. When activated, the Mythic Skull gives enemies increased health. The next skull that you can find inside a mission is the Repository. This is the Grunt Birthday Party Skull. Once you hit the terminal that activates light bridges, you'll have a cutscene, and afterwards you'll find two doors on either side of the middle platform that aren't connected by light bridges. The one to the right of where you entered the room has a power seed in it. Collect this seed and use the grapple on the rafters above to easily swing to the other unbridged door, and inside to the back right, you'll plant the seed in a terminal. Later on in the level, you'll be able to grapple up into an extra room that would usually be blocked off by glass if you didn't put the power seed into the terminal. In here are some invisible enemies and the skull. Now, the final skull on the list is the Bandana Skull, and you can find this in the final mission of the game in the Silent Auditorium. In order to access this skull later in the level, you'll need to make sure that you don't kill any sentinels in the first part of the level. The sentinels are the flying cycloptic laser beam shooting majiggers. Those guys. So once you get to the room where you were first attacked by sentinels, you can actually just run past all the enemies, keep going, until you find the terminal that extends to light bridges. From here, you'll have a long path to your left, as well as a path now in front of you. Now, if you didn't kill any sentinels, this door will be open to you, and your final skull will be up here on top of this pedestal. If you liked the video, like the video. Come hang out with me on Twitch, and I'll see you next time.
I want to go over there. Not this way though. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm fine because I'm Master Chief and I'm fucking awesome.